The Galactic Council had been a symbol of peace for 3,000 years. Alien races from all corners of the galaxy gathered in harmony to discuss important matters and ensure stability. However, the recent news about humanity's rapid technological advancements sent waves of fear through the council chambers. They convened in a grand hall, adorned with glowing symbols from various civilizations, each representing a story of cooperation and friendship. But today, tension filled the air as representatives took their seats. As the meeting began, the council leader, an imposing figure with shimmering scales and bright, intelligent eyes, addressed the assembly. "We must discuss the growing threat posed by humanity," he stated, his voice echoing off the polished walls. Murmurs spread through the room like wildfire. Some members shifted uncomfortably in their seats, while others leaned forward, eager to voice their opinions. "Have you seen the latest reports?" A representative from the planet Zenthos exclaimed, her eyes wide with concern. "Humans have developed powerful weapons and have begun exploring beyond their solar system. They are expanding faster than we ever anticipated." Her words sparked a heated debate. Some council members argued that humanity was merely seeking knowledge, while others insisted that their rapid progress could lead to conflict. A member from the aquatic planet of Nulthari spoke up, his voice steady but firm. "We cannot take this lightly. Humanity has a history of violence and war. If we do not act now, we risk a future where they become too powerful to control." This idea resonated with many members. The fear of humanity's potential drove them to consider drastic measures. The council leader called for order. "We must decide how to handle this situation. Should we engage in diplomacy, or is it time for a more forceful approach?" The room fell silent as everyone pondered the gravity of the decision ahead. It was a moment that could change the course of galactic history. After several hours of heated discussions, the council prepared to vote. The stakes had never been higher. As each representative cast their vote, the tension hung thick in the air. The results were read aloud. A majority had voted for war. Gasps of disbelief rippled through the chamber. 3,000 years of peace were about to be shattered. The council leader, with a heavy heart, announced, "War on humanity is declared." His voice was somber but resolute. Some representatives cheered, convinced they were doing the right thing, while others sat in shock, realizing the gravity of their choice. They had crossed a line that would bring devastation not only to Earth, but possibly to the entire galaxy. Meanwhile, on Earth, the news of the council's decision spread like wildfire. Reports flashed across screens, and conversations erupted in every corner of the globe. Fear gripped the hearts of many, but a different emotion stirred in others: defiance. Human leaders quickly gathered to discuss how to respond to this unprecedented declaration of war. Back in the council chambers, the leaders discussed their next steps. "We must strike swiftly and decisively," a representative from the planet Valderon insisted. "We cannot allow humanity time to prepare." The council debated strategies, considering how to deploy their fleets and resources. As plans were laid out, a dark cloud loomed over the galaxy. The decision to wage war on humanity would not only test the strength of the humans, but also challenge the very foundation of the council itself. Was their unity truly strong enough to face a common enemy? Or would this war expose cracks in their alliance? In the coming days, the council's actions would determine the fate of countless lives. As ships were prepared and alliances were formed, a sense of urgency filled the air. The peaceful existence that had lasted for millennia was on the brink of collapse, and all eyes turned towards Earth, where humanity would soon face its greatest challenge yet. As the council made its final preparations, a question hung over them. Had they awakened a sleeping giant? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain: the galaxy would never be the same again. As news of the Galactic Council's declaration of war spread across Earth, fear and anger surged through every nation. People gathered in homes, offices, and streets, their eyes glued to screens broadcasting updates. The leaders of Earth knew they had to act fast. The fate of humanity depended on their next moves. In a vast conference room, leaders from different countries convened, their faces grim. The president of the United Earth Federation stood at the head of the table, a determined look in his eyes. "We must unite as one," he declared, his voice steady. "This is not just a threat to our nation, but to all of humanity. We cannot allow fear to tear us apart." Representatives from various countries nodded in agreement, understanding the gravity of the situation. They began to share information, discussing their military resources and strategies. "We have to prepare our forces," said a general, his voice firm. "We need to gather our best soldiers and our most advanced technologies. We cannot underestimate the aliens." Meanwhile, in cities across the globe, the public reacted with a mix of disbelief and determination. Protests erupted, but not against the aliens. Instead, people marched in support of their leaders, chanting slogans like, "We stand united," and "Humanity will fight back." Flags waved high, and the spirit of resilience spread like wildfire. In a military base, soldiers trained tirelessly, pushing their limits as they prepared for the battles ahead. The sound of gunfire and the roar of engines filled the air. Young men and women from all walks of life worked together, driven by a common purpose. They shared stories of their families, their hopes and dreams, forming bonds that would carry them through the hardships to come. Meanwhile, scientists and engineers raced against time to develop new weapons and defenses. In labs filled with advanced technology, teams worked day and night, fueled by a sense of urgency. They analyzed alien technology, trying to understand its weaknesses. "If we can figure out how their ships work, we might be able to turn the tide," a scientist exclaimed, excitement in his voice. Across the world, citizens mobilized to support the war effort. Factories transformed into hubs of production, churning out supplies and equipment. Volunteers stepped forward, offering their skills and time. Some signed up to join the military, while others contributed by making food and clothing for soldiers. "We are all in this together," one woman said as she knitted uniforms for the troops. "Every little bit helps." As preparations continued, the leaders held daily briefings to keep the public informed. They emphasized the need for unity and courage. "We are stronger together," the president said in a televised address. "We must stand tall and show the Galactic Council that humanity will not back down." In the midst of all this, whispers of hope began to circulate. Stories of humanity's ingenuity and bravery spread, inspiring many. "We've faced challenges before," a veteran remarked to a group of young recruits. "We've overcome every obstacle in our way. We will do it again." In the coming weeks, the tension grew as humanity braced for the inevitable conflict. Satellite images revealed the movement of alien fleets approaching Earth, and the countdown to war began. Military bases across the globe were put on high alert, and drills became more intense. Soldiers sharpened their skills, preparing for whatever awaited them in the skies. As the deadline for the Council's attack approached, humanity's resolve solidified. Families gathered to discuss what they could do to help, showing support for their loved ones heading off to war. Children drew pictures of peace, while parents encouraged them to be brave. "Remember, we are all warriors in our own way," a father told his son, lifting him up on his shoulders. On the final night before the expected attack, people around the world looked up at the stars, wondering what lay ahead. They knew the coming days would be challenging, but a spark of hope burned brightly in their hearts. Humanity would fight back with everything they had, proving that they were not just a fragile race, but a force to be reckoned with. The time for preparation was over. Now it was time to show the galaxy what humanity was capable of. With courage and unity, they would face the Galactic Council and defend their home. The battle for Earth had begun, and humanity was ready to rise. In the aftermath of their surprising victory in the first battle, humanity stood at a crucial crossroads. The news of their unexpected success spread like wildfire, boosting morale across the globe. People were filled with pride and determination, ready to fight for their home. However, they knew the Galactic Council would not back down easily. Humanity needed to adapt and grow stronger. In military command centers around the world, leaders gathered to analyze the recent battle. Maps covered the walls, showing the locations of alien forces and human defenses. Generals discussed strategies while scientists worked tirelessly to understand the alien technology they had captured. "We need to reverse engineer their ships," said a young engineer named Elena, her eyes shining with excitement. "If we can learn how they work, we can build better defenses and weapons." Elena led a team of brilliant minds, each one dedicated to this mission. They pored over blueprints of the alien ships, taking notes and making plans. The more they learned, the more hopeful they became. "We can create hybrid technology," Elena suggested. "Using both human and alien designs will give us an advantage." The team rallied around her, ready to push the boundaries of what they thought possible. Meanwhile, the military began to recruit more soldiers. People from all walks of life volunteered, eager to defend their planet. Young men and women signed up, inspired by the stories of bravery from the first battle. "We need every able body," the president announced in a televised address. "Join us in this fight to protect our world." Training camps filled up quickly as recruits prepared for their roles. The atmosphere buzzed with energy and excitement. Veteran soldiers shared their knowledge, teaching new recruits everything they needed to know about combat and strategy. "Stay sharp and work as a team," a seasoned commander advised. "Together we are stronger." Across the globe, factories transformed to meet the demand for new weapons and technology. Engineers worked around the clock, pushing the limits of innovation. The roar of machines filled the air as drones, tanks, and advanced weaponry were produced. The workers, fueled by a sense of purpose, felt proud to contribute to humanity's defense. In the midst of all this, whispers of support began to emerge from other alien races. Some were appalled by the Council's decision to declare war, believing it was unjust. Secret meetings took place, where representatives from these alien races reached out to offer their assistance. "We want to help you," one alien envoy explained to a human diplomat. "The Council's actions threaten the peace of the entire galaxy. We believe in your fight for survival." With this unexpected support, humanity gained valuable intelligence about the Council's plans. They learned about the next wave of attacks and the weaknesses of the alien fleets. The information proved vital, giving humans a much-needed edge in their preparations. As the days passed, humans grew more confident. They began to experiment with their newly developed technology, combining their traditional methods with alien insights. In testing labs, scientists celebrated breakthroughs, creating advanced weaponry and defense systems. The atmosphere was electric, filled with hope and determination. On the eve of the anticipated second attack, leaders held a final briefing. They emphasized unity and the strength they had gained from their first victory. "We have shown the Council that we will not be easy prey," the president stated, his voice strong. "Now we must use what we have learned and stand our ground." The soldiers assembled, their hearts beating as one. Each member of the military understood that they were not just fighting for their lives, but for the future of humanity. They shared a bond that transcended their differences, united by a common purpose. As night fell, soldiers looked up at the stars, feeling a mix of fear and hope. They were ready to defend their planet, to show the Galactic Council that humanity was a force to be reckoned with. The battle was not just a fight for survival, it was a fight for their identity, their home, and their right to exist. In the quiet before the storm, humanity took a deep breath, preparing for whatever lay ahead. They had learned from their mistakes and grown stronger together. With courage in their hearts and determination in their souls, they were ready to face the Galactic Council once more. The dawn of a new era for humanity was about to begin. The day of the final showdown had arrived. Tension filled the air as humanity prepared to face the Galactic Council for the last time. Soldiers stood in formation, their hearts pounding with determination. The battle would determine the fate of Earth and its people. In the command center, leaders from around the globe gathered to review their strategy. Holographic displays showed real-time images of the alien fleet approaching Earth. "We know their strengths and weaknesses now," said General Lee, pointing at the screen. "If we strike hard and fast, we can disrupt their formation and gain the upper hand." The president of the United Earth Federation nodded. "We have the support of our allies and the technology we developed." This time, the president of the United Earth Federation nodded. "We have the support of our allies and the technology we developed. This time we won't just defend ourselves, we will take the fight to them." His voice resonated with conviction, inspiring confidence in everyone present. As the hours ticked away, soldiers engaged in last-minute preparations. They checked their equipment, double-checked their weapons, and shared quiet words of encouragement. "No matter what happens, we fight for each other and our home," one soldier said, clapping his comrade on the shoulder. "Let's show them what humanity is made of." High above Earth, the alien fleet loomed ominously in space. Massive ships moved in formation, their dark hulls glistening under the distant stars. The Council believed this would be an easy victory, unaware of the strength and resolve humanity had discovered within itself. As the first alien ships began their descent, the alert sounded across military bases. "Prepare for engagement," General Lee commanded. The pilots scrambled to their aircraft, adrenaline pumping through their veins. The skies darkened as humanity's ships soared into the air, ready to meet their adversaries head-on. The battle commenced with a thunderous roar. The sound of explosions filled the air as human and alien ships clashed in an epic display of fire and fury. Drones zipped through the skies, weaving in and out of enemy fire. Pilots executed daring maneuvers, using every ounce of training they had received. On the ground, troops advanced against the alien forces, charging forward with determination. They utilized the new technology they had developed, launching projectiles that exploded against alien shields. Each victory fueled their courage, driving them to push harder against the enemy. Despite the chaos, humanity fought as one. Soldiers communicated through headsets, sharing intelligence and coordinating their attacks. They moved like a well-oiled machine, adapting to the ever-changing battlefield. "Watch your flanks!" one commander shouted. "Stay focused." As the battle raged on, it became clear that the Galactic Council had underestimated humanity's resolve. Their ships faltered under the relentless attacks. The aliens struggled to regroup, confusion spreading through their ranks. "We can't lose!" an alien commander shouted, but the tide was turning. In a bold move, the president ordered the deployment of a new weapon, a massive energy cannon designed from the alien technology they had captured. "This is our chance to end this," he declared. The weapon was aimed at the heart of the alien fleet, and the world held its breath as the countdown began. With a brilliant flash of light, the energy cannon fired. The beam sliced through the void of space, hitting the lead ship of the alien fleet with devastating force. The explosion sent shockwaves through the battlefield, scattering enemy ships and sending debris flying. Seeing their leader fall, panic spread among the alien forces. Humanity seized the moment, launching a coordinated assault that pushed the remaining ships back. The unity and strength of Earth's forces were undeniable. The Galactic Council was losing control, and humanity's spirit shone brighter than ever. As the final alien ships retreated into the depths of space, cheers erupted across the planet. Soldiers embraced, celebrating their hard-fought victory. Families gathered to watch the news, tears of joy streaming down their faces. "We did it! We showed them!" one mother exclaimed, holding her child close. In the command center, leaders exchanged smiles, knowing they had secured a future for humanity. "This victory is just the beginning," the president said, his voice filled with pride. "We will rebuild and we will ensure that peace reigns throughout the galaxy." As the sun set on the horizon, humanity stood united, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They had proven that they were not just a fragile species, but a force to be reckoned with. Together, they had fought against the odds and emerged victorious. In the aftermath of the battle, hope blossomed anew. Humanity had learned that strength comes from unity, and that when faced with adversity, they could rise to the occasion. As they looked toward the stars, they knew their journey was far from over. The galaxy awaited, and humanity was ready to explore its possibilities with courage and resilience.